Let's talk about some practical preventative medicine. First, do your homework. There's no doubt that you will encounter ethical dilemmas. Your mission is to be as prepared as possible before you run into a problem. The more informed you are, the more effective you'll be in protecting yourself and your employer. The best way to do that is to learn the rules of your organization and your profession, and to develop relationships that can help you if and when the need arises. You can learn these rules in various ways. First, read the company's Code of Ethics and Policy Manual. Since most policy manuals are huge, you obviously can't memorize one. If you skim the contents, you may not remember the exact policy, but at least you'll probably remember that one exists and where to find it. Second, ask questions. Managers, executives, and peers admire your initiative when you ask them what they think. Since many organizational standards are unwritten, and they may differ from the company to company, the best way to find out about them is by asking. Ask your coworkers, including management, about what kinds of ethical situations are most common in your organization, and how your organization generally handles those issues. How do they want you to raise ethical issues within your organization? Certainly ask your manager how to raise an issue with your manager. This not only gives you a roadmap for raising issues, but also sends a signal to your manager that ethics are important to you. Finally, develop relationships with people outside of your chain of command. Get to know people in human resources, legal, audit, and other departments. They may be able to provide information, help you raise an issue, determine whether something is even an issue, or vouch for your credibility in a crisis. You may also want to join a professional group or association. Many professions have developed ethical standards apart from those that may exist in your company, and it can be helpful to know other people in your profession who can advise you if a crisis does arise in your company. After you've done your homework and learned about your company's standards and values, you may find that your values and your employer's values are in conflict. If the conflict is substantial, you may have no choice but to look for work in another organization. When you're asked to make a snap decision, many business people place value on the ability to make decisions quickly, and as a result, many of us can feel pressure to make up our minds in a hurry. This is going to be a particular issue when people are inexperienced for whatever reason. This may be their first job or a new company or industry. They may feel the need to prove their confidence by making decisions quickly. Obviously, that can be dangerous. The ethical decision-making tools described earlier assume that you have some time to devote to the decision, to consider multiple sides of an issue, and inherent conflicts in any course of action. Consider the following guidelines. Don't underestimate the importance of a hunch to alert you that you are facing an ethical dilemma. Your gut is an internal warning system. Ask for time to think it over. Most snap decisions don't have to be made that way. Say something like, "Let me think about it and I'll get back to you soon." Bargaining for time is a smart way to give yourself a break. Then you can really think about the decision and consult with others. It's better to take time to make a good decision than to make a bad decision quickly and have lots of time to regret it. Find out if your organization has a policy that applies to your decision. Always a good choice. Ask your manager or peers for advice. You should consider your manager the first line of defense when you encounter an ethical dilemma. Regardless of your level within the organization, never hesitate to ask for another opinion. This is where a trusted network comes in handy. If you have friends in human resources or the legal department, you can float the issue on a casual basis to see if there's even an ethical issue. And remember the quick check method, the disclosure rule. If you would be embarrassed to have your decision disclosed in the media or to the family, don't do it. Let's look at another case. Should Jordan accept the printer discount? Jordan is upgrading his department's data processing capabilities and has just placed an order for 4 personal computers and 2 laser printers with a computer company representative. When he mentions that he wishes he had a printer at home like the ones he just ordered, the representative told him that because of his large order, she can give him a 50% discount on a printer for his home. Jordan feels that this is not quite right, but is not sure why, and would like some time to think about her offer. In this case, Jordan should have real doubts about whether or not to accept a 50% discount on a printer for his home. Even though he feels funny about the offer, he might be thinking that he does a lot of work from home, so accepting a discount on a personal computer could be justified. In addition, since the computer representative made the offer after the order was placed, there's no conflict of interest. Jordan's decision to purchase obviously was not influenced by the offer of a discount. He should listen to his gut, which is the feeling that this isn't quite right. He can forestall the computer representative by telling her he will get back to her later in the day or tomorrow. He can find out what his company policies say about making purchases. Suppose he finds nothing in the policy manual to prohibit the discount, and other workers have said go for it. Then he can use the New York Times test. How would the public react to his decision? Some people would probably think that his order was influenced by an offer of a discount. He knows that's not true, but it might be difficult to convince other people of that. This is called an appearance of conflict of interest, and appearance can be as damaging as actual conflict. If someone could think your judgment has been affected by a relationship, or in this case a discount, it could be viewed as the appearance of a conflict of interest and should be avoided. Appearances are extremely important in business and may not be accounted for by the philosophical tools provided earlier in this chapter. Here's the bottom line. If you think that your decision could be misinterpreted, or if somebody could think the objectivity of your decision has been compromised, rethink the decision. In the Jordan example, Jordan can politely refuse the representative's offer by saying something like, "My company doesn't allow personal discounts," or "I just don't feel right about it."